Welcome back to Great North Gaming. It's great to have you here with us today, and it's time to continue our Year 4 season simulation here with the Vancouver Canucks. So if you missed the last episode, in the offseason, we were able to sign Austin Matthews in free agency. He had high interest to come to Vancouver, so we're assembling Team America here with the Hughes brothers and Austin Matthews. We thought about bringing in Brady Tkachuk as well, but that's a little bit overkill. So we signed him to a long-term deal, 16.5 for the next 7 years. He does have a 3-team tradable list to Chicago, Montreal, and New York in case we do want to move off of him in the next couple years. But that's not what we're thinking about right now. So taking a look at our lines here for the upcoming season, we have Jack Hughes, Austin Matthews, and Miles Mullen. So we drafted this guy back in 2026 in the 5th round. He's really grown nicely for us here. He has really good passing and offensive awareness, so I think he'll be great to play alongside of Austin Matthews. But that is a position that we are looking to upgrade. We would prefer a power forward here because we have Jack Hughes, the playmaker, Austin Matthews, the sniper, but we need a power forward there. The second line, we're going to go with Michael Haig, Nico Hischier, and Jonathan Lekkerimäki. That's a -1 for right now. We have a lot of two-way forwards. I think maybe, we can't get that second line going. We'll talk with them after the first month and see if we can get that chemistry a little better. Third line, we're going to go with Easton Cowan, Brandon Coots, and one of our newest draft picks from the offseason, drafted 11th overall, Vakal Kindle. Great overall two-way forward here. He has good base stats everywhere to grow. I think this guy's going to be great. And then on the fourth line, we have Samuel Holt, who we drafted 9th overall. He's a grinder. He's going to be one of our defensive powerhouses in the bottom 6. He's already got an X factor, which is great. He is unstoppable. Then centered by Ratty and Podkolzin, who's really had some good growth for us. I'm really liking his defensive awareness stats. Our defense, Quinn Hughes and Hronik, nothing changed there. We're going to go with Luke Hughes and Ben Danford, and then Simon Nemec and Silviev. Our power play is looking like that. Hischier, Matthews, Hughes brothers, and then we're going to play Matthews double power play here with Lekkerimäki, Haig, Danford, and Mullen. Penalty kill, we're looking like Hischier and Holt. Second is Hughes and Kindle, so we're getting the rookies in on the penalty kill. Third line, Coots and Michael Haig. If our penalty kill is doing bad, we can put in Austin Matthews there because he is a beast defensively, like 92 defense awareness, 97 shot block, 88 stick check. He's a defensive powerhouse, but I want to try to use him mostly on the power play here. So taking a look, we do have some contract extensions to take care of still from the offseason. So we have Ben Danford and Simon Nemec. We had to free up some cap space. So we have a couple players that we're looking to move off of. Sorry, I should have showed you this while we were in the lines here. So we have Drew O'Connor. He's a pending UFA. He wants like $4.5 million, but he doesn't want to re-sign with us. So I want to trade him, flip him for some assets. Teddy Bluger, I really like him. He has really good stats, but he's 34 years of age, and he's still making 2.3 for the next 2 years. So we need to free up the cap space. Same thing with Niles Hollinger. Overall, I do like this player. He was good for us last year. 40-point player. So we can recoup some assets for him and free up some cap space. But down in the AHL, we also have Isaac Howard. So this guy, I thought we might be able to grow. He might still grow if someone gives him the opportunity to. So I have a trade in mind already. And let me hop to... So in my pre-scouting, I was taking a look for some right-wing power forwards that were young, that could grow, So I found Porter Matrone here. So he's 84 overall, 21. He's needs a contract next year. But if you take a look at his stats here, he really hasn't broken out on this Philadelphia team. And, he's playing fourth line minutes. So I think it would make sense for Philadelphia here. But the problem is we don't have him scouted right now for Craig Berube's system. So I sent out my scout to do a full scout on Porter Matrone to see if he fits in this system here. Assigned scout. So yeah, we sent out, where is he? Metro. Yeah, he's scouting Porter Matrone. He's doing a complete. So we should know in the next couple days here. So let's hop to the start of preseason here. I did make a coaching change. I realized I forgot to hire an associate coach in the off season, so they hired a random coach, but I saw Jonathan Toews was available. I thought Jonathan Toews might be someone we might want to grow into a head coach for us. He has overall good base stats. He has good teaching and coach influence, so that's great. So we're going to bring him in. So let's hop to the start of preseason here. Already here, so we have the coaching conversation with Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to Vancouver, my friend. You went from the Leafs to Vancouver. My God, you like pressure. All right, what are your thoughts on the roster this year? Compete for the Cup, I agree. Preseason. All right, let's work on our speed. We've done a lot of 5v5 focus, so let's get some of that speed back there. Alrighty here, so I just took a look, and Porter Matrone does not fit Craig Berube's system, so we're gonna have to keep taking a look for our right winger. There wasn't really anyone else that stood out to me too much. Like Connor Geeky. He would probably fit, but I don't really like his stats. Gets assists. He's more of a shooter, though. Could bring in his buddy Matt Nyes. Oh, he only fits in bottom six. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're going to have to wait on making a trade for right now. Ryan Leonard. They wouldn't trade away Ryan Leonard, would they? That would be sweet. This is who I really want. He hasn't done great for them. What would it take to get a Ryan Leonard? First of all, does he fit? Okay, let's scout this player real quick. I'd be willing to make a blockbuster for a Ryan Leonard if he fits in. We'll give up a lot. So we're going to have to wait on scouting Porter Matrone until they bring him up to the NHL. That's okay. We can make the trade. Let's go up here. We'll see if they call him up. Take a look at preseason here. 2-1-0. Alrighty. Okay, let's see if he's on. Let's see if he's on their team to scout assignment. There we go. So that will get done in a couple days here. Maybe we can make a trade before the season even starts. All right, let's see how we do up here against Vegas. Last game of preseason, and it's a 4-3 shootout win. Alrighty. We'll just sim up a couple more days here. We had him scout it pretty well. Washington. its third line. I think it might work because he has the X factor. Okay, let's see what it would take. They're a conservative buyer. So I would give you Niles Hollinger. And he's on a good contract for the next 2 years, which is great. Niles Hollinger. I'll give you Isaac Howard. So you're getting 2 young players. And where's Ryan Leonard from? Is he Canadian or American? He's American too. So we're adding to this American team. Vancouver's done with the Swedes. We're with the Americans now. All right. So that's a good trade there. Would there be any roster player I'd be willing to give up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about I'll give you my first round pick too, as some assurance there. All right, so Niles Hollinger and Isaac Howard and a first round pick to Washington for Ryan Leonard and Connor Edwards. Will it go through? Trade accepted. Perfect. All right, I like that trade for us. Edwards, you can go down. And then SDHL lines, and then come up here. So, all right, so this is interesting now. So, Mullen, you can go down here. Hag, you go down here. Coots, you go down here. Wait. Oh, he sure gets a +5. Ryan Leonard in there. +3. Okay, what if we try... We can do that, get the +5 there. How's his face-off? 60? He can play the left wing, and what if we have... We definitely have another roster player that we can move off of. Do you like Mullen? All right, so maybe Ryan Leonard is going to be on the third line. With Coots. No, that gets a plus there. Holt has good face-off, so he can go play center. We should ask him to be a center, maybe. Podkolzin and Cowan. All right, well, I'm liking that. That's looking pretty good. Now, Ryan Leonard. We got to get him some time here. Maybe we can get him on the second power play here. instead of Michael Haig there, let's get Ryan Leonard in there. I was expecting him to be first line, but this might work out better, actually. Like, now our team's, that first line's looking insane. That second line's looking pretty good. That third line's looking pretty good, especially if Kindle grows. And then the fourth line, I can't complain about that. Maybe some depth goal scoring there. Okay. Defensively, I can't complain one bit here. And then goaltending, like, we're insane there. But penalty kill. 3-man penalty kill. Coots, I like you. Hag. You know what? Maybe we'll put Ryan Leonard here. Hold there. All right, we'll get the +1 on the first line there. All right, I'm liking this team now. Like, that was a big trade. We gave up a lot, but we still have a ton of assets. This team's going to be a playoff team. Holy. Okay. Now, Now, looking at our cap space here, O'Connor's someone we want to move. Honestly, I'd be okay keeping him for injuries and just losing him for nothing. Honestly, that would be worth it for a Stanley Cup winning team. Okay, let's go take a look at our contract extensions now and see if we can get both Nemec and Danford signed on cheap, short-term deals. So Danford wants 6 by 5.47. Nemec wants 2 years at 5.2. All right, I want to keep him at a 2-year deal because then we still control his rights. $4.65. Danford. He wants it. He wants to be here. Okay. That's fine. Let me give you some trade protection there, but I want you cheap then. We can get those two signed. That's locking up our defensive core pretty well. And then we have Sylvia for the next 2 years as well. Things are looking good, so we'll see if they sign. Let's hop to the first game of the season. Alrighty here, so we're up here at the first game. Okay, so we're up here at the first game of the season here. It's our home opener against the Seattle Kraken here. Let's hop into the game. First period, 3-1. Heischer, Hughes, and Brandon Coots. Okay, second period, still 3-1. Third period, and Sylvia scores. All right, 4-1. All right, we'll take that. Let's see if we get those contracts. Simon Nemec and Ben Danford signed. So we have our defensive core locked up. This is great. We are on like a 2-year window here to win a cup. Like win back-to-back here. Because we have this year and next year with Jack Hughes on his contract extension. Ryan Leonard, Ben Danford, or Mullen. Yeah, we got to win. We got to win next year. This year and next year. All right, let's hop into the calendar here and let's get some simulation going here. All right. Short month of here. Willis, who are you? Not one. All right, Cam Talbot, a lot of waiver claims. That's a 3-0 victory there. 3-1 loss against Winnipeg. A 5-4 shootout win Okay. It's not starting out as hot as I was expecting. 4-3. It's still kind of early on. So let's get the second one done here. Easton Cowan's been injured. We can just replace a player. That's fine. O'Connor's going to get in there. Easton Cowan's back. Let's give him a couple days off here to make sure he's recovered. And we're going on a bit of a tear here, so we might just... Okay, we can get Easton back in there now. I do want to grow him. He's on a good deal. But he's kind of working his way off this team, I'm not going to lie. Like, he's fourth line right now. Might be someone we honestly might want to trade. He's got a good contract. Teams would want it, but, like, he's got to grow a lot to get into our top 6, so... I don't know, it's still possible. But if we're not playing him, he's not going to get there. So let's get the next month done here. That's a 5-1 loss against Dallas. Up against New Jersey. Oh, they shut us out. We just don't care when we play New Jersey, I guess. We screwed them over. We got to give them the wins when in the regular season. I don't know. Medvedev's been injured till February 24th. Uh-oh. All right. At least it's our backup. He's jumped up to an 83. Soderblom, you can get up here. Medvedev, you're just starting to grow here. And best lines for Abbotsford. That's all good there. And I got to stop the simulation. Switch back. All right, 11-8-1. That's a lot of regulation losses to start here. Let's take a look at our team. Why are we still in? What is going on here? So what's not working here? Goals for, we're scoring goals. Goals against, we're keeping the puck out of the net. Power play's good. Penalty kill's good. So we should be a good team. Is there any line that's... Oh, that second line's looking ugly. Alright, maybe we can adjust that second line. Let's shake up that bottom... That first line's killing it. We don't need to adjust that, but... Maybe we get... Lekrmacki, how are you doing this year? 6 goals, -8. Let's try to get him going. Kindle, you're playing good, my man. Coots, you're playing good. The third line's doing good. Fourth line, not so much. Easton, oof. We're going to scratch Easton Cowan here. He's not playing well. Let's get O'Connor in there. Power play, is Easton Cowan on the power play? No. All right. So Easton Cowan's definitely someone we can move off of. Let's get O'Connor in there. Penalty kill. It's doing okay. I think maybe we get O'Connor in here. Shake that up. How's Lascelles doing? A 923. Perfect. All right. And then we got Artem Soderblom. All right, let's get another month of simulation done here. Hopefully those line changes help. So it's looking like Easton Cowan's working his way off this team, which is unfortunate. Best line's down in the AHL. That's fine. All right, let's have a strong December here. That's a big win there against Vegas. That's a big win against LA. Perfect. Some divisional wins here. Get those early on. That's a loss against San Jose and a loss against Edmonton. Up against St. Louis, that's a big win to answer back, but then loss again. We're very streaky. But, like, we're keeping the puck out of the net on the games that we're losing. Best lines down in the AHL. I think it's just a lot of the regulation losses. We haven't been pushing these close games to overtime, which is unfortunate. All right, that's a strong end to the month here, as long as we can finish it off. Perfect, we finished it off strong. Now that record's looking a little bit better, 21-11-2. So I think we can just keep rolling here. So December was good to us. What does the new year bring to us? A loss against Edmonton. Edmonton's had our number. Loss against Carolina. Boys party too hard on New Year's after that win against Seattle. But they answer back with 2 wins. All right, as long as we can keep this kind of pace going, like 5-2, I'm happy. Kimachev, you can just best lines. Yeah. Like, when we win, we dominate them. Whew. Oh my God, 3-0, 7-3, 5-1, 6-2, 6-1, 6-3, 5-2. Oh my God, we are a goal-scoring machine here. Holy. And we just went on quite a tear there. Best lines. All right, so 31-14-2. We're second in our division. We got a couple games back on Vegas, so maybe we can still win the division here. Let's take a look at the stats here. Oh my God, Austin Matthews. So 47 games played here. 3.72 goals per game. A 2.40 goals against. My God. A 27.6% penalty kill. And an 86. Yeah, I can't complain at all. 9-1 in our last 10. All right, let's take a look at this. How crazy is that first line? Oh my God, Austin Matthews, 31 goals in 47 games. My God, 65 points. Jack Hughes, 60 points. Quinn Hughes, 48 points. Luke Hughes, 37. Nico Hischier, 36. Lecker Mackey, my God. Yeah, all right, we're playing pretty good. Do still see some minuses, and then LaSalle, a 9.31 and a 2.12. My God, 28-9-1. All right, let's take a look at the full league here. Yeah, LaSalle is definitely winning that right now. Oh my God, that is insane. All skaters. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, goals, Austin Matthews. What about defensemen? Oh, Quinn, you got to catch up here, my man. I don't know, it's hard for him. There's so much offense, and we have Luke Hughes on the back end. I'm not complaining. All right, let's get up to the trade deadline here. Actually, let's stop. Probably going to have to make some roster moves here in a second because Medvedev's going to be back. Alrighty. Maybe not yet. I think it was February 14th, I think. I'm not too sure. All right, got a nice break here as we head into the end of February here. Let's get to the trade deadline here. I don't know if there's any moves to be made. Like, we could. If there's something available, we can definitely. There we go. Medvedev is back. Soderblom, how did you do, my man? 4-3-1, not good stats. At least he won more than, well, somewhat lost more than he lost. He was 500. Let's just say that. I don't know why I was trying to make that so complicated, but Medvedev get back in there, and then down in the AHL, it's best lines that. Get Soderblom back in there playing. We want our AHL team to do good. Let's get loss against Pittsburgh, up against Florida. That's a win. Okay, we're still doing good here. 36, 16, and 3. I'm liking the team so far here. I think, yep, we're first in our division now. We're at 81 points already. Whew. Sylviev's been injured till March 6th. That's not too long. You can just replace a player there. Best lines down in Abbotsford. Oh my God, we have 42 wins at the trade deadline. Let's just give him a bit of a break here. All right, so we have 88 points at the trade deadline. I think it's safe to say we are in a playoff spot. Let me just get Sylviev back in the lines, and we'll take a look at the stats. Alrighty, so at the trade deadline, Austin Matthews has 83 points, 44 goals. Jack Hughes, 78 points. Quinn Hughes, 65 points. Luke Hughes, 61. See, they're kind of taking points away from each other, but that's okay. They're both killing it. Heischer's just bringing that second line together. Alrighty, yeah, this team's looking pretty good. Ethan Cowan's done nothing. LaSalle, a 930 and a 217. My God, Medvedev has not been good this season. My God, I cannot believe that. That is an insane season. Let's take a look at the individual team stats here. 3.7 goals per game, 2.46 goals against. Power play came down a little bit there. Penalty kill went up. Perfect. 8-1-1 in our last 10. Alrighty, so let's hop into the trade deadline here. We'll see if there's any trades to be made. Honestly, looking at this team, you know, maybe we look at a second line center. I don't know. This team is so good already. We'll see what's available. If there's any trade that makes sense, we'll make it. But if not, we'll just keep running with this insane team. All right, let's hop to the trade deadline. So we're here at the start of the trade deadline here. Mackenzie Weegar, Rasmus Anderson, no. Dorofeyev, we don't need another sniper. Askarov. Really, there's no one that interesting for me to go after that would make our team that much better. Honestly, let's not make any trades. We're killing it. I think this team's good enough to compete for the cup this year. I don't want to wreck a good thing. Let's just keep it rolling here. No one available. Like, if there was a top forward available, I would have made that trade, but no. All right, we got to win against Winnipeg here. Best lines down at Abbotsford. All right, I want the President's Trophy now. We started off a little slow this year, but my God, this team has really turned it around here. Lots of injuries down to the AHL this year. It's okay, a lot of the other players can get in. Best lines, so we've clinched a playoff spot there. The Stars are competing with us for that President's Trophy. We might be running away with it, though. 49, 20, and 5. Best lines down in the AHL. Oh, yeah. Come on, boys. Give it to me right at the end. Let's go on a run going into this. Oh, my God. Come on, another win against Vegas. That's a shootout win. There we go. We're at 115 points. That's a win against Calgary. And that's a loss against Edmonton. How many games in a row was that? That's insane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game winning streak. Oh my God. So 56, 21, and 5. That is good enough for the President's Trophy. Whew. All right, let's take a look at the stats. So Austin Matthews, 104 points, 57 goals. Jack Hughes, 99 points, 70 assists. Quinn Hughes, 87 points. Luke Hughes, 69 points, nice. Nico Hischier, 57. Hronik, 50. Mullen, almost 50. Lekramacky. Yeah, this team, everyone performed very well. And then goaltenders, Lassell, a 929 and a 216 in his rookie season. I think he might win he only had 7 games played. He might win the Rookie of the Year and the Vezina. All right, let's take a look at the entire league. Lassell, most wins. Save percentage for a starter. Thatcher, Casa, that was pretty good. Lassell, and yeah, Lassell definitely won the Vezina. Defensively, Quinn Hughes did end up winning the most points, 25 goals. Mikhail Makar had 33 goals as a defenseman. My God. And then forwards, Connor McDavid actually won the Art Ross. Goals, Austin Matthews won the Maurice, which is good. We wanted that. Perfect. Alrighty, so let's see who is our round 1 matchup. And Austin Matthews wants to put. I did it. I scored the most goals. Perfect. There we go. Thank you, my man. Austin Matthews shot even getting any better. And LA, we're going to be playing in the first round. And I forgot to take a look at the team stats. So entire league, 3.55 goals for per game, best in the league. 2.41, second best. Power play, best power play in the league. And 88% penalty kill. Oh my God. 9-1 in our last 10. Shorthanded goals. Perfect. Alrighty guys, so that's going to be it for this one here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and have a great day. Peace.